Hello and welcome to another video on the Scouring Early Access. Today's match is going to be me, the Perfect Gamer, my allies Stingy Code, Attila, and Sparrow, against my enemies, My Dream Forever, ADKI, M1FSS, and Sweatly97. So pretty much in this match, my team spawns on the lower half, and enemy spawn on the top half, you could say. Anyways, I spawn as a blue orc player. I just do the usual warrior build order. All of your starting workers to the barracks. But I did take one of them off to make a lumber mill, so a few of my workers can start mining right away. Then my other ally, Purple Orc, Attila, looks like he's going to be doing a warrior build as well. See Mr. Orange, Sparrow, playing his orange orcs. Looks like he's making a few warriors, but probably he's going to be making a lot of archers, you can see, because he did use a lot of workers to fast build a logging camp. And over here, the final ally, the red orc player, Vinci Code. Looks like he made a warrior to scout, and he's going to be making a lot of archers. We're going to see the enemies here. Mr. Black is ADKI, playing as the Black Orcs. It does look like he's making a warrior build order, but I guess he's afraid of being attacked, so he does make a forge. And that's why usually the players that know that they're going to be rushed, they usually make a forge to make a cannon or two, which makes rushing them very difficult. Alright, and over here Mr. Cyan, My Dream Forever, did a archer build order. He's going to be getting some XP from these wolves, because they're going to be running away and healing over time, so it's very efficient XP farm, you could say. And over here, the yellow orc player, Svelly97, looks like he's doing a warrior build. He's auto warriors and just farms. Over here, white enemy, M1FSS, it's playing as the white orcs, and it does look like he is doing a warrior build, but I guess after making a good handful of them, he does start making a lot of archers. And here we can see the small skill level difference, where the white player already cleared some wolves, killed this troll, and only now my ally was starting to clear some wolves, so the white player is going to be leading in the levels, you could say. Which is why you want to always try to clear some neutrals, so your units are not stuck in being level 1 when fighting your enemies. I guess over here the enemies looks like they're gonna be joining forces, you could say, to try and rush one of the players in the bottom here. So they're all moving together, and I guess somewhat communicating as well. And of course, red doesn't know what's going to be happening because he didn't scout. And in the meantime, I was just killing some neutrals. But here I see that he's being rushed, and my units are too far away to do anything, so I was thinking of joining forces with purple to try and kill the white player. But I also told orange to go help red, but I think he did notice right away as well. Here I'm pretty close to the white player's base. My ally is here too, but it does look like he lost a few warriors, so we're gonna have some issues with attacking this player's base because most of his units are still alive, so we're just definitely not gonna be killing this player if we try. Or even if we do somehow, then most of our army is gonna be dead, so I decide to run away. In the meantime, the enemies are munching away my allies' base here. And he's trying to somehow survive and, I guess, migrate to the orange player's base. And here we were just cleaning up this lich. And here I pretty much knew that if we're going to be sitting in this base the whole time, then we're going to lose, so might as well do something. And I knew that we couldn't really attack the white player because he has just too many units, so I decided to do the million IQ decision, I guess you could say. And just decide to ignore this player's base because it's too heavily defended. I decide to move towards the yellow player's base, or whatever player was going to be here. Because I did see that most of enemies were still on the bottom here, trying to kill the red player. But the red player is still alive and actually had enough resources to make a base, so he will eventually recover, I guess. And here I just had some reinforcements, because I knew my purple ally was going to be under attack by the white player. And so a few warriors are going to just slow down the white player just a little bit. Anyways, here I managed to go on top of my enemy's buildings. And when their buildings are almost fully occupied by your units, then there's just no way for an enemy to kill your units here. And so he's just pretty much throwing away his units. It's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to be losing here, because there's just a heavy disadvantage of having less warriors on top here. And so pretty much the yellow player loses his base, and on top of that loses all of his army. But that's, I guess, little knowledge gap, where he probably didn't know that it was a bad idea to put the rest of his warriors on top here. Now here I basically try to see if I can attack into the next enemy player's base, but I was kind of very doubtful that anything good was going to be happening here, so I decided to go into the next player's base. But of course, in the meantime, the purple player is pretty much dead, or it's not exactly. He does have workers. He's running away. And here the black player decides to annoy the orange player a little bit. But I guess the orange player does eventually deal with these units. And here I managed to arrive in the black player's base. And I did see he didn't really have that many units, so I decided to just destroy his buildings. Pretty much similar to what I did to yellow player's base. But here, I guess, not really sure why he decides to surrender. Maybe he didn't really have that much faith in winning the match, but these warriors would be shot by this cannon repeatedly, so I would eventually lose a good amount of them here. And I guess the side player maybe had some issues at night. Maybe a group of goblin archers managed to kill a lot of his workers, so he's struggling with food at the moment. Here I still noticed that the yellow player didn't really surrender, so I sent the rest of my warriors here to finish him off, I guess. And over here, the white player, after moving on from the purple player's base, interesting, did even kill his main house. Decides to attack the next player here, which I guess comes out to be me here. But I do have a few cannons being produced. And I have a good amount of archers, so eventually we're going to be able to clean up this army. But not before the white bear kills a few of my workers. And pretty much here, as I'm cleaning this up, at the same time I'm also finishing off the last few buildings of the yellow player. And pretty much here we can see somehow all of my allies survived, which is sort of surprising. Or somehow managed to escape like cockroaches, you could say. Just running away and just fighting on the red player and the purple player. And here the cyan player decides to attack, but maybe didn't know that orange had a lot of munchers, so he's gonna be losing one of his archers here. And in the meantime, the white player doesn't have much of an economy and just a few units here. And after seeing his ally surrender because of this very unfavorable fight, he then also decides to surrender. And that's pretty much the game. Although interesting how you don't always have to directly attack a heavily defended base. You can just do, I guess, like a sneak attack and just destroy the whole player's base without them noticing. Let's see your results. You can see I managed to mine all the gold somehow. Not really sure why, because I only had one base. And I tried to get a second base, but I got denied by the white player. But it's interesting to see. And here you can see I managed to kill a lot of units, because I just did a very sneaky tactics, I guess, or guerrilla warfare against my enemies. I guess that's pretty much it. Anyways, if you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos on the Scouring Early Access, then you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.